You see, parenting today has become one big debate. You hear gentle parenting, this, don't raise your voice, that. But the truth is, some of these gentle methods have raised children. We can't deny that it has raised children who can't handle correction, children who talk back, and parents who are walking on eggshells in their own homes. Meanwhile, our own parents, though we can't say they were perfect, yet they raised us with a kind of structure and discipline that shaped who we are today. So, where's the balance? Stay with me because today we are talking about gentle parenting versus the traditional ways of parenting and how to find that sweet middle ground to raise wholesome children. Before I go any further, let's look at what gentle parenting is all about. Gentle parenting is based on empathy, respect, understanding, and boundaries. It focuses more on connection over correction, right? You don't shout, you don't threaten, you explain, you validate their feelings. You still calm even when your child is throwing a tantrum. Either it's in your home or in the public places like the mall, the cinema, or wherever, or knocking over your freshly cooked jollof rice. The idea is that your child learns emotional regulation by watching you model it. Sounds beautiful, right? But let's come to real life now. Is it always practical? Now, that's what gentle parenting is, right? Let's look at what traditional parenting is. The traditional way of parenting, especially the one most of us Nigerians grew up with, is based on respect, obedience, and discipline. You didn't talk back. You didn't roll your eyes. I dare not do that. And I'm sure that many Nigerians watching me, they can relate to that. You didn't even think of saying no to your parents. There was structure, boundaries, and a clear understanding that mommy means or daddy means what they say. But honestly, that style also had its flaws. Many of us grew up timid, afraid to speak up. We are not bold enough and constantly seeking approval. Some of us even struggle with anxiety today because of how harsh and dismissive our parents could be. So yes, the traditional way had its own damage, but it also gave us something valuable. It gave us respect, resilience, and a strong sense of responsibility. In my own little understanding, the real wisdom is not in picking one side, but in balancing both. Take the empathy and understanding from the gentle parenting. Your child should feel safe, right, to express their emotions. But also bring in the structure, discipline, and accountability from traditional parenting. Your child should know that actions have consequences because too much gentle parenting without firm boundaries is raising children who can't take no for an answer. And too much traditional parenting without empathy raises children who can't express why. Both extremes create imbalance. The magic is in blending both, teaching your child to be emotionally intelligent and disciplined. Let's look at a real life example. Let's say your child refuses to greet visitors. A gentle parent might say, "Sweetheart, would you like to say hello?" It's polite to greet, but if the child still refuses, a traditional parent would jump in. So just see how it works. You introduce the gentle parenting first, and when you see that the child is not listening to you, it is okay to switch to traditional parenting. For me, I don't have to tell my children twice to greet somebody before they greet. I don't even have to open my mouth to tell them to greet someone. Once I give them a bombastic side eye, they know what I am already talking about. So let's see it as normal to blend gentle parenting and traditional parenting. This is an example of a balanced approach. You can tell the child, "I know you feel shy, but greeting is how we show respect." Then later in private, you can talk to your child or to your children about why greeting matters. That's the balance. Love with firmness. For me, I have problem with only gentle parenting. Because let's be honest, let's be real, let's be realistic here. This generation is now seeing the effect of excessive gentle parenting. Some children are becoming entitled, disrespectful, emotionally fragile, and unable to take correction. Parents are scared to set boundaries. Yes, some parents are even scared to set boundaries because they don't want to hurt their child's feelings. They don't want their children to feel they don't love them. But if we don't teach our children boundaries, life will teach them. Gentle parenting becomes harmful when it lacks discipline, responsibility, and consequences. Love must be balanced with limits. Our goal here is to raise wholesome children. At the end of the day, the goal is not to raise the most obedient child or the calmest child. It's to raise a wholesome, confident, respectful, and emotional, healthy human being. One who knows that mommy loves me, but also knows mommy means what she says. One who can express feelings, but also respect authority. You see, our parents, they may not have had parenting books, podcasts, or therapists, but they had wisdom. They gave us structure, discipline, and resilience. Things that many kids today are missing. So no, we can't completely rubbish their methods. We can refine them. We can modernize them with empathy and communication. Listen to their plight, listen to their point of view, listen to why they are doing something or why something should not be done. And please, both parents must be on the same page. It's confusing for a child when mommy is gentle and daddy is strict, or when one parent disciplines and the other one says, leave him or leave her, he's just a child. Parenting works best when there is unity and consistency. Children thrive in predictable environments where they know what to expect from both parents. So, my dear parents, don't feel guilty for not being the perfect gentle parents. Don't feel bad if sometimes you raise your voice. You are human. And don't forget that these children, they will test you. They will whine you, but don't panic. Gentle parenting without discipline produces weak character. Discipline must be in place, but with love, with firmness. Traditional parenting without empathy produces fear. When you blend love, structure, and wisdom, you raise a child who is grounded, who is kind, and capable of handling life. At the end of the day, parenting is not about perfection. It's about intention and balance. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, what parenting style did you grow up with? And how are you doing things differently with your kids? Remember, the goal is to raise wholesome children who can thrive both emotionally and in character. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.